Start recording.
Good evening, ladies and
Stop
gentlemen.
recording.
I hope everybody
Button.
is doing well on this Saturday evening. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to my amazing friend Juan from My RP Life. That's his YouTube channel, and I have him on my house phone to get the best audio for this video. And hey, Juan, my friend, it's so good to have you finally on my channel.
Thanks, man, for inviting me over to talk to you.
Anytime. So I just want to do a check here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. So you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your visual impairment and all that stuff?
Yeah, well, I'm 43 right now. I was diagnosed in 2015, but of retinitis pigmentosa, RP for short. But I didn't start seeing the symptoms of it until the age of 28 to 29 years old. And I didn't know at that time what was going on with my vision. And fast forward into the future, into 2015, I went to the ophthalmologist, and they checked my eyes. They looked to the back of the eye and stuff, and they saw something there. And come to find out, after they did blood work and checked my eyes real good, they ended up saying, Juan, you have something called retinitis pigmentosa,
Okay.
RP for short.
Okay.
So then I said, okay, so what can we do to fix this and stuff like that? He says, well, I'm sorry to tell you, Juan, but there's nothing right now to repair that, and you will slowly go blind as time keeps going on.
Okay.
And that was pretty much it from the ophthalmologist, and yeah, so that was pretty much it after that. And I just had to learn how to do things on my own and figure out everything as time goes on.
Yep.
And right now it's 2019, and my vision is a lot more worse, where I do not see people's faces. Everything's pixelated. I got no vision in my left eye other than light reception.
Yep.
And in my right eye is like looking through a straw with all pixelations all over. So even though I can kind of see through that little straw,
Yep.
if I was standing there right next to you right now, Thomas, I
Yep.
wouldn't even be able to know who you are.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
all pixelated and distorted and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this: when you were growing up, how did your family take your blindness? Like, did they feel sorry for you because you were blind, or did they let you, fall, make no, not literally, but fall, make mistakes, and kind of let you navigate through life and all that stuff?
Well, as a child, I didn't have no signs of RP yet. There was no pixelations. There was no nothing.
Oh, okay.
My vision was 20/20. So basically, from being born to fast forward from 1 year old to 10 years old, no problems with my vision. No symptoms or signs of RP. Then from 10 years old all the way to 19 years old, still no problems with RP. No signs of it neither. The reason why I say that is because it was a slow progressing genetic eye condition. Other people who have RP are either diagnosed very young or very late in life. So for me, I was diagnosed very late in life. So my genetic eye disease of RP was a very, very slow progressing. So basically, from 1 year old, 10 years old, from 10 years old, 19 years old, no signs of RP all the way through all those years. Once I reached 29 is when I saw problems with my nighttime vision. So everything else was still clear, but my central part of my nighttime vision was kind of like distorted or like blurred out in the middle.
Okay.
And that was at the age of 29. And at that time, I was still driving and stuff like that. And then by the time I reached 36, is when it started getting even more worse, but I still didn't get a diagnosis yet at that time.
Okay.
And so basically all my life I was able to see clearly with no problems, 2020, no problems with vision at all, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I was able to read paperwork, able to see TV normally, until now that when I was diagnosed in 2015, so I think I was about, 39, I think, or 38?
Right.
So when I was diagnosed at that time, even the doctors asked me, how do you see right now, Juan? I said, well, I still have a wide view, but everything looks like so distorted and pixelated. And I told the doctor, I see you sitting there staring at me, but I just don't see your face.
Yep.
And stuff. So he says, yeah, you're almost there to where you're not going to be able to identify anything. He goes, how do you see at nighttime? I said, well, if I'm in my room in the pitch darkness and I turn on the light, like a lamp, I can only see where the light is coming from the lamp. I cannot see the light that's, how do you say, making everything else come into view. It's still all dark and pitch black. I can only see that lamp and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, okay, so yeah, your nighttime vision is pretty much almost gone. And that was only in 2015. And now I can put, say for example, the screen to my cell phone on my left eye, and all I see is just a white pixelated light. I don't see any details on the screen. But when I go and put the screen to my right eye, looking through that little peephole, I kind of see something, but it's all pixelated and distorted. So I would have to either triple tap and make it super big just to make out one little letter on whatever words is on the screen.
So so when you were diagnosed, how did your family take that?
Well, to be honest with you, my family's all spread out in the United States, so
Okay.
So basically, it's easier for them because they don't have to be here with me to see that and to go through that.
So what about your mom? Because I know you live with your mom, right?
Yeah, I live with my mom, and she sometimes forgets that there's a lot of things that I just can't see no more, and she forgets that because she's so used to me doing things normally. But now it's a totally different story, and she kind of feels bad every time she'll say, "Oh, babe, oh, son, look at this over here. Oh, look at that dog right there."
Yeah.
I'm like, Ma, that dog don't look like a dog to me. It looks like a wrinkled up plastic bag floating by.
Yeah.
You know? So I can't even tell if I see a dog or not. It don't look like a dog to me.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for explaining that.
Yep.
Now, how did you, sorry about that. How did you get into YouTube and, your channel, and, also, do you want to tell us a little bit about your channel and what you do on your channel?
Yeah, I started my channel in 2013, but it didn't have my RP life. It only had my name on it, Juan Morales.
Yeah.
But I ended up changing it to my RP life, and I didn't have no videos up since from 2013 all the way to 2018, like more close to the end of 2018.
Okay.
Because I didn't have nothing to really talk about, and I didn't think that to tell my story about my RP life would be a story that either the world or anyone wants to hear about. But I ended up going to YouTube and looking up different people who has RP or different types of other eye conditions. So the way the story happens is that before me ever uploading a video, I went and found Matt from Blind to Billionaire. And I saw his video. So I ended up checking out most of his videos and stuff, and I liked it and whatever. So I ended up subscribing. So when I subscribed, I guess he got the notification that my RP Life subscribed. So he messaged me back and said, Juan, oh, thanks for subscribing, and can't wait to see one of your videos. So then about a week later, without me even having any videos up on my channel, I had 1 subscriber.
Okay.
So I got the notification, Blind to Billionaire, subscribe to your channel. So I left him a comment, a message, and I said, I don't have any videos up right now, right? He goes, don't worry about it. I know you'll do something and blah, blah, blah. And so my very first video was me thanking Sam from the Blind Life.
Yep.
Thanking also Blind to Billionaire and stuff like that. That was my very first video.
Yeah.
And that's what got me started. I gave a little shout out to like 4 or 5 YouTubers.
Right.
And then my second video was where I fell into a deep depression. And I made a video about that. And at that time, when I fell into that depression, I explained in the video that I don't have no friends who understand what I'm going through losing my vision.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I made that video, I ended up, how do you say, one of my good friends today, he's like a brother to me, and I met him through YouTube, and that is, excuse me, my throat's kind of dry. I met so many people, man, but not on a physical level, but like through a social media level.
Right.
But let me see how many people I met. About at that time when I filmed that video, I think about 20 people subscribed to my channel.
Really?
And that was only like within like 2 weeks. But it was who else? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. Because I think I just got a notification.
Okay.
I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry.
No, take your time. I got all night.
Yeah, well, so during that video that I was talking about my depression, I just met so many people and stuff. So, I met Vincent Grasso from My Visually Impaired Life, and that was my first contact with someone who was visually impaired other than Matt. And me and him talked so much, we're like brothers now. So that's why I always call him my brother from another mother. And his channel is called Vincent Grasso, My Visually Impaired Life. And I met other YouTubers too, and I'm also like have more family through the blind and visually impaired community than I ever would with like my own personal family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like real cool that I got to speak and meet people through a social media platform and actually do collab videos like what I'm doing with you right now.
Yeah, it's really so nice to to have you here.
Yeah, I deeply appreciate it.
Of course.
Channel, man.
Now, how did you,
Camera chooser. Front facing. Button.
Now you and
Stop recording. Button.
You and YouTuber Molly Burke have the same eye condition, right?
Yeah, we both had the same eye condition, but she was diagnosed very, very young.
Oh, okay.
So hers was a speedy process compared to mine.
Gotcha.
I would have been diagnosed at 28, 29 years old at a younger age compared to 39. But the thing was, I never got myself checked out early.
Okay.
You understand? So that's why I was diagnosed in 2015. Everybody says, "Oh, Juan, but you can still see. You got this and you got that." I'm like, no. I remember, even though I said it's a slow progressing RP, the stage that I am in now, it is a lot more worse than what it was before. I would have been diagnosed at 28, 29, but I never had the chance to go to the ophthalmologist to get that diagnosis.
Gotcha. So the other question I have for you, if you don't mind, is how did you get out of your how did you get out of your depression? How did you overcome that and get out of that? Because that's a hard thing.
The way that I've been doing it for the past, 7 to 8 months is by uploading videos, telling my story.
That's great.
You know, so telling my story about my life, even before RP and before I found out I had RP.
That's awesome.
Talking about my depression, talking about what I go through in my everyday life with RP and the things that I deal with other people who can see.
That's awesome.
Right. So that's how I do. That's how I deal with my depression and stuff like that.
That's great. And I'm just curious, how did you meet the wonderful Whistler?
Whistler, the way I met him, Theory of a Blind Man. The way I met him was through Facebook. So what happened was the funny thing about it, I think he must have thought because me and Carrie has the same last name, and since I think I was on one of her, I'm on one of her Facebook groups as a member, so I guess he thought that I was either her husband or like a family member, and he ended up friend requesting me and stuff like that. So I think he might have had thought that I was like her cousin or maybe or husband or some part of the family.
Okay.
Yeah, so because we both have the same last name.
Gotcha.
And that's how we became friends. And when he friend requested me, I was like, who the heck is this guy? And stuff. So then I looked through his Facebook thing and found out he does YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Okay.
And since then, we became friends ever since.
Yeah, all right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing is, so I know you were telling me you have a daughter, which is awesome. Do you get to spend much time with her?
Not right now. I don't spend much time with her. Right now she's 10 years old, but we do keep in contact. And so basically we do like video chat. We talk over the phone and stuff like that. You know,
so is it that you're just unable to see her at this time, or?
No, it's not because I'm unable to see her. It's because it's difficult for me to travel right now because one, my vision is so bad where if I look at a billboard or at a screen in the train station in the Metro North to go to Connecticut, I cannot see those billboards. Everything is all pixelated.
Well, could your ex drive her there, or could your mother help out, or?
No, my mom can't do none of that. She's 73 years old, and
oh.
Yeah, so she's already up there in her age, and
What about your ex?
My ex, well, for her, she doesn't drive, but she doesn't have vision problems. But I've been telling her, well, you need to get your rear end on that train and bring me my daughter.
Yeah, that's your daughter. You got to see your daughter.
Yeah, you already know where my condition is at already, so...
And she knows where you live, right?
Yeah, she knows everything, so...
Alright, so yeah, it's important for a father to see his daughter.
Yeah, so...
And you want to see her. You want to spend time with her if you could, right?
Of course, all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
last time I saw her, my daughter was in August when she had went back to school for the first time.
Okay.
First time. And I'm not talking about this August that just passed. I'm talking about August of last year.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time.
Right. So, but the relationship for her to bring my daughter is kind of difficult. But,
Are you close with your daughter?
yeah, I talk to my daughter all the time. Pretty
That's
much
awesome.
every day.
Does she, I know she's only 10, but does she understand your visual impairment?
Yeah, she knows her dad is losing his vision and going blind.
And how does she feel about that?
I don't...
Or is she too young to understand?
Too young to understand right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but she knows because I try to explain it to her, like when I bring her to the park or something. I said, look, you can't go running around like crazy all over the park. You need to stay in one area. And she's like, why is that, Daddy? I was like, well, if you run around with all these kids, I won't tell who you are, not unless you tell me who you are.
Right.
You know, so if you're running around, you need to let me know where you're going to be at so I can pay attention.
Right. So are you close to your mother?
Yeah, me and my mom is super close. I'm her only child. So.
Oh, okay, you're an only child. All right. That's great. And I know you said she's getting up in years, so do you help her out? Like, do you help her out with stuff?
Yeah, I try my best to help her out with stuff. Like, I go grocery shopping with her, even though I can't see none of the stuff on the shelves, but she'll tell me, oh, I need this, so come this way and grab that and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, I help her and stuff, and she also helps me out a lot.
That's awesome. Well, that's great that, you know, and because I would never know, you know, since you're so upbeat and positive, I would never know that you dealt with depression since you're so upbeat and since you're so positive. You know, that's good that you're, you know, dealing with your depression in such a positive way by, you know, doing your videos. Now, how often do you usually generally do your videos? As you know, I upload pretty much every day, a few times a day. Sometimes. So how about you?
Well, for me, I don't upload every day. I haven't uploaded for the past, 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks already and stuff. But, yeah, but the reason why I upload my videos is to show people how a person like me is slowly losing their vision, and pretty much I'm almost gone, to be honest with you, when it comes to my vision. So
really, wow.
I'm learning everything now while I have at least something left, so that when the time comes where I don't have anything at all that I have left in my right eye, I'm more prepared. You understand?
Right. Now, that's great. Now, I know you mentioned that you wanted to get an iPhone. Let me tell you, you should, because it will change your life in such a positive way. As I was telling you, you know, the iPhone really opened up so many opportunities for me and really changed my life in such a positive way, and it's opened up so many doors for me. It's just amazing. So you really should get an iPhone. It'll open up so many doors for you, man.
Yeah, I used to have a Samsung Note 5 when they first came out, but I had it for 3 years, and then it ended up the screen just disappeared and went black on me, and everything just stopped working and stuff like that. So
really?
Now I have another Android phone, but it already needs to get upgraded. So I was thinking either the Apple iPhone 10, or I was also thinking about the Pixel 3 XL, or waiting for the Pixel 4 XL to come out and stuff like that, because of the features that the Pixel has. I actually kind of like it. So that's what I was more leaning towards, the new one that's coming out soon. But I still want an Apple phone because I want to try out the Apple phone.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So you're originally you grew up in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Nice. So how did you meet your ex, the one who you had your daughter with?
The way I met her was when I moved to Connecticut at the age of 20 years old. I actually moved to New Haven, Connecticut.
Really?
I moved there with another girl that I was in a relationship before meeting my daughter's mother. And I was with this other girl for 6 years before we broke up. And what happened there, that relationship didn't work out after the 6 years, because she was expecting more from my life than what I could provide for her.
Yep.
So another 3 years later after that, I ended up meeting my daughter's mother, and everything was all, perfect in a way.
How was it perfect?
What was that?
I was just asking, how was it? How was it perfect?
How was it perfect?
Yeah.
It was good. I was working.
Oh, okay.
I had my own cars.
Really?
Yeah, I had an apartment. We both had an apartment together. We did a lot of, stuff that a couple's supposed to do.
Okay.
And how to live our lives normally. And I also raised 3 children that didn't belong to me, but I raised them because I loved them like if they were my own.
Whose children were they?
I had my 3 stepdaughters. So I raised 3 stepdaughters way before my daughter was born, and I raised those little girls like if they were my own because their father was never around.
Are these your? That's awesome. Are these 3 kids your ex's kids?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you had your daughter, and that was the 4th one.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I'm just curious. What is your? What is your background? I am Italian, mostly Italian. My mom's father was, all Italian. My dad is 100% Italian, but my mom's mom is a little French and German. So, I'm sorry. She's all French and German. She's French and German all the way. So I'm a little French and German, but mostly Italian.
Yeah, I am Puerto Rican, but I wasn't born in Puerto Rico. Both of my parents are Puerto Rican, but my father passed away about a year and a half ago to 2 years ago.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, and if you look on my channel, I tell a story about him, and then after like a few months later, to almost a year later, no, a few months later actually, like 4 months to after I said that video about my dad, my sister passed away. So,
Ooh.
yeah, and I know I told you a few minutes ago that I am the only child, but I am the only child of my mother. My father had a relationship before and had children from another woman, and I have my sisters from my father's other relationship.
Okay.
So I am fully Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Both of my parents are Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have ancestors. I have a great-great ancestor, a great-great-grandfather, and a great-great-great-great-grandmother. Back before my great-grandfather and grandmother was alive at the time, before them. So my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather from like the 1920s. He's actually Italian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's actually Italian, and his wife, who's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother from the 20s, she's actually Puerto Rican.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, and I want to talk about this because actually this is an important topic. You were talking about it before we started the video. You were saying that you were laying down and all of a sudden your heart started racing. So that's interesting, and I want to talk about it because it's an important topic and it's a good topic. So, what would you say to someone if they're laying down and all of a sudden their heart starts racing? Should they worry or should they not worry?
Actually, okay, so this is what happened. I was laying down for a little while and my heart started to race. So instead of it just going boom, 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 it was going boom, 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 but then it would slow down and go back to normal.
Okay.
I was like, what the heck is that? So I sat up and it stopped. But then a few minutes later, like say 5-10 minutes later, it acted up again.
Huh.
And I was perfectly calm. I wasn't feeling no type of anxiety or anything like that. But as soon as that happened, I just started breathing, calming down even more, relaxing even more, and it still kept doing it while I was still relaxed. Like right now, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no problems right now. So I've been looking it up online to see what are the causes of that, and supposedly, I guess from my understanding, what I read online, it says that you just need to calm down, and if it's not hurting you, it might be something to do with either anxiety,
right,
or something to do with the fibrillation or the heart or something. I forgot the name of it right now, but yeah. But basically, the best thing to do is when something like that happens, if it's not painful,
right,
where you're feeling pain in your heart while it's happening,
right,
the best thing to do is calm down even more so that you don't get too excited or nervous as you're going through it.
right. Okay, and I wanted to talk about it because it's a good topic and it's an important topic. And when I was dealing with my anxiety and panic attacks, sometimes my heart would race and race and race and race for hours. So and it was annoying. So
Yeah, the best thing for you to do is just to sit down, relax, and breathe deeply, and just keep relaxing and try to get fresh air. So if something like that happens and you don't have the chance to go outside to get fresh air, open up the window, let that air in, and just sit there and relax and breathe in the air.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in case people are wondering, I asked you how you met Whistler, aka Theory of a Blind Man, a little while ago. In case anybody is wondering how I met him through Nikki, and he is an amazing person, and big shout out to him. He's awesome, and so that's how I met him. And speaking of shout outs, do you want to give any shout outs or?
I'll give us some shout outs. I'll give a shout out to Amasaka Cello for having me on his show. I give a shout out to Theory of a Blind Man, aka The Whistler. I give a shout out to my brother from another mother. Excuse me, I just gotta hold on a minute. I gotta breathe again. Excuse me. I give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Vincent Grasso, from My Vision Impaired Life. Who else can I give a shout out to? Let's see. Blind Grilling. That's Chris Peltz. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. Who else? I don't want to miss nobody. Let me guess. Oh, okay, the Blind Guy Show. Also, I want to give a shout out to Neil, visually impaired. Also, another good friend of mine, Chad, from Visually Impaired. So that's pretty much what I got right now.
All right. Well, even though you're on the phone, I want to give you a big shout out. You're awesome, and thanks so much for being on my channel. And shout out to Whistler, aka Theory of a Blind Man. Of course, you're amazing. You're awesome. Shout out to Standing in the Wind. Shout out to Amanda Ulrich. Shout out to Live Accessible. And all you guys are awesome. Now, channel recommendations. I'd like to recommend, of course, Juan's channel, My RP Life. Please subscribe to it. Please give his videos likes and thumbs ups. Thumbs ups. And please subscribe to Whistler's channel, aka Theory of a Blind Man. Live Accessible. Please subscribe to Live Accessible's channel. Blind to Billionaire. Please check out his channel. The Blind Life. Please subscribe to his channel. Who else? Lawn Boy 8461. Yellow Brick Cinema. Depression to Expression. Great YouTube channel. Let's see here. And who else? Molly Burke. Please check out her channel. And how about you? Do you have any YouTube channels you want to recommend?
Well, my top ones are, I'll say them again. Subscribe to Theory of a Blind Man because he's also, too, my brother. Subscribe And don't forget to hit that subscription button, and don't forget, as once you subscribe, please hit that bell's notification button and press all, so that you can get all notifications, so when he uploads, you can get those notifications. Also subscribe to my brother from another mother, Vincent Grasso from My Visually Impaired Life. He's a very close friend of mine too. And always hit that bell's notification button after you subscribe and press all for him. Both of these gentlemen have awesome content on their videos. Also subscribe to Chris Peltz from Blind Grilling, and please don't forget to hit that bell's notification button, because that brother right there has RP. He's my RP brother, and he is totally blind because of RP, and he's taught me a lot to deal with my RP life and how to go by it and stuff. So that man is awesome, and he's a blind griller. He always cooks on that big green egg. Also go and subscribe to the Blind Guy Show. He's also my New York connection, and he's totally blind himself. So when you subscribe, please hit that bell's notification button so you can get notified too. Because all of these people who me and Thomas is mentioning right now have awesome content.
Oh yeah.
And what Thomas is doing is trying to show love and support for the blind and visually impaired community too.
Absolutely.
By shouting out all these channels.
Absolutely.
I have more channels to tell you, but we'll be here for like another 3 more hours.
What other ones you got? Go ahead.
I got Blind Visionary Woman. I have another young lady from, I think she's either from China or Indonesia. I forgot. If I made a mistake, my sister, I'm sorry. But her name is Shin Yang Cindy. And she has RP, and she plays the piano and sings.
Wow.
Yeah, Shin Yang Cindy. And Stephanie Au is also my little sister, and her channel is called Blind and Visually. I just scratched up her name. Well, anyways, just subscribe to these young ladies. They're awesome too.
Okay.
Who else am I forgetting here? I already said Amanda. No, I didn't say Amanda.
I said Amanda.
Oh, you said Amanda? Well, subscribe to my other sister, Amanda. I also want to give a quick shout out to Standing in the Wind.
Yep.
She's awesome too. That's my other sister right there.
Yep.
I'm trying not to forget none of my sisters right now. Hold on. I got so many. Okay, I got Bama Blind. If you don't know who she is, go check her out, and please subscribe too to her channel, Bama Blind. Who else we got of my sisters? Okay, so I said those.
Carrie from Live Accessible, right?
That's a totally different story.
Okay.
You might have to edit that part out. No, let me stop. I'm just joking.
I don't know how to edit videos.
No, I know. I'm just messing.
I know.
Who else?
We'll have to get Whistler to do it. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to remember the other women who I'm subscribed to right now.
All right.
There's a few more that are new subscribers, but I forgot the names of their channel. Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much what I got right now.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, those sound like amazing channels, and of course, guys, please subscribe to my channel, and of course, hit that notification bell, bing, to get all notifications when I upload videos. And you can catch me on Whistler's, aka Theory of a Blind Man's channel, this coming Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That would be 9 Central and 7 Whistler time. So that would be 7 California time. And Juan will be on there as well. And I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll figure that one out. Whistler, it's up to Whistler. That's up to him, his channel. So, looking forward to that. And I want to thank you so much. This was so much fun, and I'd love to have you on my channel regularly if you'd like to be on my channel regularly.
Yeah, no problem. I don't care. Just you already know what to do.
Yep.
No, you're not getting in contact with me.
I'd love to have you on my channel again, and thanks again so much for being on my channel. This was a lot of fun.
No problem, my friend. This is what we all have to do to show love and support for each other.
Yep, I am definitely all about showing love and support. So, yep.
So yeah, so subscribe to Thomas Acucello. Don't forget to hit that bell's notification button and support him for what he does.
So, anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And, of course, I will see you all on the next one. Y'all take care. And Juan, my friend, thanks again.
No problem, man. You have a good night.
You too.